major demolition exercise to pave way for a new redevelopment project. However, the ambitious plans for that 80-acre land reclaimed appears to have stalled, leaving the area in a state of uncertainty. I have more in our latest feature. Agbogbloshi, still a scrapyard. The old Agbogbloshi onion market and scrapyard, once a bustling hub of activity, now lies in ruins. This site was demolished on July 1st, 2021 as part of the Let's Make Accra Work initiative led by the former Greater Accra Regional Minister, Henry Korte. But 3 years later, what has become of the land and the lives displaced?
Most of my friends have died. Overthinking has killed them. Most of them have taken to drugs, and a few others have gone mad. This is because they can no longer make ends meet and they feel like their lives are retrogressing. No job, no place to lay your head.
Yakubu is one of the victims of the demolition exercise. These scrap dealers maintain that they were not supposed to be parts of the demolition. The shock from the displacement has driven many of Yakubu's friends to madness.
Because only baby aboko and a toilet and a wall.
Now this place has been turned into refuse dump, a toilet for the community and breeding grounds for snake and other reptiles.
Abu shares the same sentiment. He too used to sell onions at the old onion market.
Omasai market, ya affect. What I say? Yesika nyinashi. One will say, boys be brave no more.
We were all affected. All our money was lost in that demolition exercise. We are all broke now. I used to sell as much as 3,000 or 5,000 cedis in a week, but now I can barely make ends meet.
Bibu weighs in on the effects of the demolition exercise, and like Yakubu and Abu, his life has been turned upside down.
I just come and sit down. We are here before. One day to cycle to Kotoku and Dominasi.
Were you an onion seller?
Yes, I'm an onion seller before, but now I have nothing to do. But before the time we was here, I have fiscal money to send money to Niger and buy onions and sell it. But now we can't do it. We are always sitting down. The small money that I have, I used to buy motorbike and use it to do my rounds and look at my children and my wife. Money.
But before then, on the onion side, how much were you making?
Oh, I can make much money. I have much money that time because I have like 100,000 cedis.
What?
But now you can reach it. It can reach 330,000. It can reach it today. I'm telling you right. Because before I can use my money 3 million, 4 million sefa to Niger, Agadez, and buy onions and bring it to sell it. That time the transportation was not going high. It's small, but now we can't pay the transportation. I started to go 2-3 times and to Kotoku, and the money started going down when I stopped.
Why? What's wrong with Kotoku?
Kotoku, people, the customers have not come in there. We have so many Konkomba and Dogomba people at Gogoshi Market here. They say they don't have a transportation to come there and buy onions and come back. So some of the customers do they take the money run away. We don't know why we can see them. So I come back to the Okada. Some say they want to bring it to hospital and police station, but still we don't see anything here. There's only Bola that bring it here. Then look at the back here. Oh, it's a Bola. Even this one, I was sitting there where the car came, the Bola. They throw the Bola over there. The car moving there. There's nobody say something to them. But if they say we to come back, I would like it. I would like.
As part of the redevelopment agenda, the government relocated these traders to Ajin Kotoku. But there too, there are issues. That is why a few of these traders have returned to Agbogbloshi. Salia is one of such traders who have returned.
The issues there at Ajin Kotoku are the reason I have returned. There are people who just want to buy 10 cedis or 5 cedis worth of onions. They cannot travel all the way to Ajin Kotoku for that. Same as if you are selling onions at different places in town. People will only go to the nearest available spot. Compared to when we were here, it was the go-to place for everyone in Accra to get affordable onions. The sad part is that the land is lying waste. There is nothing happening there. They could have at least waited till they were ready to use the place. Now, we are only surviving.
The scrap dealers still maintain that they were not pre-informed of the demolition exercise, as they were the most affected victims. Most of them were moved to Ajen Kotoku and Dominase, where they've been over the years, but some have found a different location for their trade, right here in Agboglushi.
Before Henry Korti took them away, the scrap dealers were protesting that they were not properly informed for them to follow the onion sellers to Ajen Kotoku and all that. So we have plans to come back. First of all, I need to engage these scrap dealers and let them know that where they are operating from is not the best. It is a typical eyesore. So when I come in, engage you and let you know that you were asked to move to Ajen Kotoku, and the fact that you have come back, it means that you want to be lawless. I'll do that sensitization and let you understand that the way you are going, it is not the right way to go. So when I'm coming the next time, I'll come with force.
The land was cleared, the people were pushed out, but Accra is still not working. So was this a wild goose chase? Away from that, the National Road Safety Authority has bemoaned the increase in road fatalities during the election year. Though the number of crashes has reduced, people dying in road accidents shot up by 151 deaths in the first half of the year, an increase of close to 14%. That is an average of 7 people dying per day in Ghana due to road accidents. Director General of the National Road Safety Authority, Engineer David Adonting, joins us for more on this discussion. Engineer, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Now, this is an alarming statistics. One, are you aware of it? And what are the plans to mitigate the effects of road accidents on our lives?
Well, thank you very much, and good afternoon to all our listeners. I think the statistics you have just put out there is exactly the situation on the ground. But I must say that this is no news to all of us because we have been putting these statistics across all the time. What usually happens around this time is the elections that in the next couple of months is ahead of us. And we have said that in all election years, the crashes go up, the casualties in terms of the deaths and injuries also go up.
Do you have an explanation for that? For why?
I think when it comes to road crashes, it is about movement. It's about people. And the more you find people on the road, the more likely it is that there could be a crash. So when it gets to election years, a lot of us travel across the length and breadth of this country. We populate the road space in our numbers. Vehicle population goes up, human population goes up, and it's all because of activities of politics or politicians. It is a campaign period mostly, and people will have to move to their various destinations for campaigns and then to engage their constituents. And that is more of people moving from the Accra area, Kumasi area into the hinterland.
Right,
because that is where the people are.
Right, but you are Director General of the National Road Safety Authority. What is your outfit doing about it? It is an election year, and you say it's no news to us. What are you doing about it?
It's no news. So what we do is that in the past, we have engaged politicians. We have produced code of ethics and practices for them so that they can adopt it anytime they engage themselves or the people as far as campaigns are concerned. We have, in recent times, for the past 2 months, met the hierarchy of political parties. We have spoken to each other. We've given them all the guidelines. It is our hope and expectation that they would also comply with the guidelines that we have given them. In any case, we are also not sitting down. We move along with them wherever they go to. And we also talk to the people at the same time. We are giving training to their leadership and some of their officers whom they have nominated for us to train them so that they become their champions.
In your experience, then, is that enough?
No, what we're doing is that we are also monitoring their movement. We are now working along with the police in a manner that whoever we find is not complying with the guidelines, we find a way of compelling them to comply with. But you see, it is a two-way affair. When it comes to political campaigns, it is not a joke matter. They go in numbers, and the way they transport people has been the source of worry for us. I think it's a matter of continuous engagement. They are beginning to understand and appreciate it. In the next couple of months before the elections, we are very much convinced that they will be up and doing and support these messages and campaigns that we're putting across.
All right.
Seriously, what we are trying to get them out of it is the way they package ourselves, they transport people, they should have proper planning for their movement, they should minimize their speed, they should also try to let those of us who go to our constituents to vote know that it is about people. We need the people to vote for you. If you don't protect them and you lose one, you have lost a vote.
All right.
I think that they are gradually appreciating our work and all the messages, and they are doing well to comply with.
Thank you so much, Engineer David Adonting, Director General of the National Road Safety Authority, for shedding light on that. Away from that, some voters in the Upper East region say jobs, dams, good roads, and health infrastructure are what will determine the choice they make in December. They are livid that these basic necessities of life have been neglected by successive governments. Maxwell Agbagba is with the NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama on day 4 of his Upper East Regional Tour and joins us live. Maxwell, thanks for joining us. What can you report from your tour with the former president and running flag bearer of the NDC?
With very low interest. So the bank will have branches wherever women are doing small businesses.
And some other constituencies as well. Today, he has been talking to the crowd, he's speaking to the crowd. Key amongst the things he has been talking about is the National Women's Bank. He has also been talking about the National Apprenticeship Program as well. He has also been talking about the NDC's promise of a farmer service center that would provide services to farmers, provide farm inputs, provide all the things that farmers need to help them grow their crops. He's speaking now, so we can focus on him right now.
Any skill you want to learn. So any of the youth who want to learn a skill will go to the master and learn free of charge. He doesn't have to pay anything. And so I am standing for the presidential election for NDC. And my younger brother Sibri is standing for the parliamentary. And so if you vote for John Mahama, you must vote for Sibri.
Presidential candidate. Ne icha vote zu kaya vote mangba ubia Sibri za.
Because I'm going to work with him. And so I need a majority in parliament. You see the secondary school I built in Yagaba. GCC is the second largest community in the overseas area. We will come and build a secondary school like that here in GZC.
Ne obola yai vote kan bachang kumar member of parliament bayan sungu kabatum de tumama na madam bani yasana nyala no secondary school seka yagaba kayanyer kala nilla secondary school mata tab no kamalla bunshel kam kapuni ne kan ku katata ku yemme easy suka entete kwanagba.
In addition, in the whole of this area, there is no tertiary educational institution.
Nusun sunwa za ne teka kama ina secondary school yen chenseli no bola no tanma za to durwa za teka.
And so you either have to go to Wa or go to Bolga or go to Tamale or Bimbila or other places for tertiary education.
Nerezugo ina district wa di pala ichangla wa be changla Bimbila be yakasha inchangla la sukuruma nella la bonakapa dusuguna o obornu mela la bonantete.
So we want to start a college of education that will specialize in teaching agric teachers, to produce agric teachers for all our schools.
Duruzugo uyamela district one no yamela
College of Education.
College of Training College in La
Teacher
Training College kuyemme nentete district wa di yencheka at bisi na ba kunanche yakasha ba kuyenchangla sukuruma pa.
Finally, they will come with money. They've made a lot of money. And they'll come to give you 500 cedis, 500 cedis to vote for them. Please don't let the money influence you. If they bring the money, collect it. If they bring it, collect it and chop it. But when you go, remember, the 8 years of poverty that you've suffered, you must vote for the truth.
Ne banzan ligrin chenantia, bazan ligrin chenantia.
Interesting statements there by the former president and flag bearer of the NDC, and that was brought to you live from the Upper East region. To other stories now. The National Peace Council says it will work to ensure Ghana sustains its peaceful atmosphere before, during, and post the December polls. The council is worried about the utterances and actions of some of these political actors and is asking for decorum while on the campaign trail. Earlier on JoyNews Desk, Chairman of the Council, Reverend Dr. N.S. Edujemfi, shared the NPC's plan with Faustina Safo.
I think that so far it's good, it's competition, and therefore we expect that once you get into competition, everybody is trying to win the attention of the other. The most important thing is for us to compete and campaign with the intention that we want to keep the peace and the stability of this country. It will be a disaster to win elections only to realize that the country is in chaos. You can't govern once the country is in chaos. So our appeal to all political actors is that let's campaign, yes, let's compete, yes, but be mindful of the fact that at the end of the day, the country must be peaceful. And as I said earlier on, the use of political violence is meant to manipulate a system. And the public must understand that when all these things are being done, it is done for a reason. And until you understand how players use these things, you may not be able to appreciate it. Well, in terms of challenge, major challenge is the need for resource because the work is enormous and Ghanaians are piling a lot more pressure on us. Whilst we are dealing with the challenges of electoral violence and the challenges of our election, it's important also to place on record that currently we have about 703 different cases that are on the table of the Peace Council across the country, spanning chieftaincy, land litigation, resource conflict, religious conflicts, and several others. So we need a lot more resource to do all of these things. Some of our regions don't even have vehicles. The new regional centers that we have opened don't even have vehicles. They don't have the means to do the work. And yet, within the constraints, we are supposed to do this. We launched the National Peace Fund, and we didn't get a response as we expected. But Ghanaians must understand that in the context of peace, that we can go about our normal businesses. It's the context of peace that market women can go to the market and our students can go to school and all others.
Let's talk about strikes now. The National Labour Commission says it will do all it can to ensure ongoing and looming industrial actions are halted. Currently, the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana are on strike, asking for better conditions of service. There's also an impasse between management of Kolebu Teaching Hospital and allied health professionals. The hospital's chapter of the Federation of Allied Health Professionals has given a 7-day ultimatum to the Ministry of Health to get them a seat on the management board of the hospital or risk a resumption of their industrial action. And then 3 unions, the Senior Staff Association, Universities of Ghana, Federation of Senior Staff Associations of Ghana, and the Teachers and Educational Workers Union of the Trade Union Congress, have announced their intentions to commence an industrial action this Thursday, August 9th, 2024, if the Finance Minister does not authorize the payment of agreed allowances. Executive Secretary of the National Labour Commission, Ufosu Asamoah, has been detailing how his outfit will end these actions. He spoke earlier on News Desk.
Well, at the moment, they are looking at the creation of a separate directorate for allied services, not only at Kotebu Teaching Hospital, but within the health sector, and for that matter, all the teaching hospitals. So I think that's been the bone of contention between them and their employers. So we have invited them, especially when they have threatened a strike. So that calls for immediate intervention. Yesterday, we received information that the ministry is ready to meet them. But we are calling them earlier. So we are calling them today. In the next 30 minutes, they will be appearing before the commission, which is specially constituted today. Ordinarily, we don't sit on Tuesdays. But because of the nature of their work as essential health workers, we really have to attend to them. So the two of them will appear before us. Just as we have now agreed to go to the table, we are going to see how to facilitate a negotiated settlement so that at least the strike will not become a reality.
Residents of Sakai in the Sisala East municipality are threatening to boycott this year's polls if the telecommunications network to the community is not fixed. The youth of the area say after 12 years of politicians not heeding to their plight, they will not participate in the presidential and parliamentary elections. Rafiq Salam reports.
For one to make a phone call at Sakai, located at the southwestern corridor of the Sisala East municipality, it is not for the faint-hearted. Assemblyman of Sakai, Benny Elijah, further painted a mental picture of the situation.
We normally have to go to the bush because it's like there's network in Ping. We have to go between Ping and Sakai then before we could make a call. Sometimes you have to go and then you climb a tree which you can even fall and a snake can even bite you in the bush. So because of that, it's something that is actually affecting us.
This is the frustration that residents of Sakai, located about 43 kilometers away from their municipal capital, Tumu, goes through on daily basis. Mind you, it is not a movie, it is real, as lack of telecommunication network is drawing back the development of the area. The lack of telecommunication network has not only affected mobile phone services, but other essential services in the area, which by extension affect the daily lives of the people. The hardest hit, arguably, are nurses and teachers. Quality healthcare and education services are truncated as a result of the unreliable telecommunication services.
We are denied of our right, which is the network. As we speak today, we are in a computer era. We the students, our teachers, and even our farmers. Now we register day in, day out to farm and for agri purposes. Students get admission letters, but they don't get them on time because of the network. Our teachers are being posted to different areas, but they don't get it on time because of the network. It's really affecting us. We need network. We need to see network this very year.
Nurses at the Sakai community find it difficult to communicate with their colleagues outside the community when they are to transfer emergency cases especially pregnant women.
Our clinic to, we have this bus which always send the women for when they are in labor. So since there's no network, the person who always send the people to Tumutu for labor, every time they try to reach the person, they don't get them early.
Worried and angered about their current situation, residents of the community, led by the youth of the area, held a press conference to voice their frustration on the issue. They held placards, boldly written on them, "No network, no vote, and we mean business." Sakai Youth President Kantum Boku articulated their concerns.
Still leave the facility at times to go and check the validity of patients' health insurance scheme, health insurance card at designated portions. Some nurses and government officials posted to Sakai have refused to come because of absence of network. If it is a cyber crime, a cyber threat to the people of Sakai and Hamzat clan at large, our students and staff cannot access internet resources in school. Our youths have densely migrated to towns with adequate network. NGOs who seek to support women find it very difficult to communicate, and people have to meet in bushes even midnight to do transactions. It is really bad.
The youth also has the backing of the assemblyman of the area, Benny Elijah. He touted the digitization agenda championed by Vice President Dr. Mahama for the people of Sakai. Their haraba loosen out on it.
For us, we have not seen anything like that. So we think that we have been left behind. Because if we are part of the digital nation and if we are part of the country, I think by now they would have listened to us too.
They warned that they will boycott this year's election.
A good 12 years of deceit is enough, and we shall not go to the polls. Our point is clear. We shall not go to the polls this year, 2024, without a good and workable network.
The irony, however, is that there is a solar-powered telecommunication mast in the community, which we are told is not in use. Our checks with unofficial source further reveal that it has some power generation gaps during peak hours. However, plans are afoot to connect it and other similar sites to hybrid power generation, that is solar and grid power. The question remains, how soon will it be fixed? Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam, Sakai.
On that note, coming down from Sakai, let's take a break and we'll return with some business stories. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Business on JoyNews Today. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. Fitch Ratings is warning that it could downgrade Ghana to the lowest junk status if it delays in finalizing deal on restructuring external debt. This was captured in its latest report on Ghana. George Wiafe has more in this report.
Ratings agency maintained that their action will be influenced by significant delays in Ghana reaching an agreement with the external creditors on restructuring their debts. Again, if there are clear signs of another debt restructuring and non-payment of these debts. Fitch in its latest report has already classified Ghana as restrictive default country. This is more of a warning that they don't think that Ghana is in a good financial position to meet all its debt obligations. This is despite the progress that the country has made when it comes to restructuring their debts. But despite all these concerns, Fitch was quick to add that it will fast-track the process to move Ghana onto an improved ratings position if it's able to sign off agreement with these external creditors on restructuring their debts. It also adds that reaching a deal would also help in restoring macroeconomic stability that will significantly lower Ghana's debt interest cost.
Now, away from that, as the world's largest floating book fair returns to Ghana, thousands are expected to patronize this year's fair on MV Logos Hope at Tema Port. With the fair taking place from the August 8th to September 8th, organizers say over 5,000 titles of books for children and adults in different fields will be explored. Beyond the fair, with multinationals on board, the ship seeks to promote diversity, inclusivity, and friendship. Project manager for the Tema visit, Sarah Muela, disclosed this at a press briefing in Accra.
Marine vessel Lagos Hope is the world's largest floating book fair, measuring 132 meters in length and 22 meters wide. The vessel last visited Ghana in 2022, where thousands are said to have participated in the fair, having been exposed to different cultures around the world and building friendships. This year's fair, which takes place from August 8 to September 8, will be free for children under 12 years and adults above 65 years. However, patrons between these ages are expected to pay 15 cedis before entry. Project manager for the Tema visit, Sarah Muller, says this fair, with 5,000 different titles of books in various fields, will give patrons, families and friends a lifetime experience.
So you can gather yourselves together with your family and friends, plan a visit. And not only can you explore the books that we have on board, but also we have an international cafe where you will be able to purchase some snacks, have fellowship, come together, maybe speak about the books that you've been reading, or also meet our international crew. Every day there will be some people down there to connect with you, and we love to hear the stories of the people and really build these friendships. Friendships that last even for years beyond the visit. That is what we are looking forward to once again partner and see friendships built between Ghana and the many nationalities on board. Actually, we have also the blessing to share that one of our crew members on board is also Ghanaian, so it's great that you have your representatives on board as well.
Meanwhile, a member of the advanced preparation team, Michelle Remquist, is excited over partnership with locals.
Through the visits of the ship in different places, I myself have been able to experience people's hospitality in inviting us into their homes, inviting us into their country, eating their food, such as fufu or jollof. We've been able to have had an amazing experience of hospitality through the visits of the Lagos Hope. And even just learning that all of us may look different, may come from different places, but we all are looking for the same thing. And we are all searching and can be, in our differences, see the similarities that we have.
Patrons are expected to pay with cash, Visa or MasterCard, but cannot pay with Momo. It is mandatory that children taking part in the fair must be supervised by an adult.
That'll be all for business. Coming up next after this break is sports.